Singular.live, and I've got a friend of mine in studio today who happened to be working Singular's graphics package at the Oscars. So she was kind enough to come in and tell us a little bit about her show and her story. So without further ado, I have Miss Terry Kelly here. What's up, TK?
Hey, Sean.
It's good to have you.
Thank you. It's good to
for
be
coming.
here.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I know you're a busy schedule. All your Oscar parties that you have to go to.
Yeah. Vanity Fair, the Governor's Ball.
I understand. So just to carve out a little bit of time to come here
It's for you, Sean.
good looking out. All right.
you.
So you happen to use a Singular graphics package for the first time, I believe.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about your experience here. How'd it go?
It went really well.
Yeah.
It was for ABC's On the Red Carpet, which
Yeah.
is their arrivals show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically, you've got a couple cameras, you're shooting people coming out of the limo, doing the step and repeat, and we're just faunting the celebrities as they show up, you know?
And you had to do that on the fly, I would
Yes.
assume. So this is a good, good platform for that.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
it's very good. We were all kind of clustered around these monitors trying to see who's getting out of the limo next, try and figure out if you could identify the person on the carpet.
Sure.
A lot of times you couldn't, but sometimes we could.
Sometimes you don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't
Sometimes
even
we're
want to
just
know
like,
who's coming out.
eh.
I don't know. I don't want that. That's all
Yeah.
right. Do you mind showing us the package a little bit?
Yeah.
ABC's cool with
ABC's
that.
cool with it.
We're good here. All right. So I'll drop you into your desktop here, and you can show us around.
Yeah, so
Got a pretty big show, it looks like.
yeah, there was a lot. A couple days before the Oscars, I got a very large document. It was 8 pages, single-spaced, and it was every conceivable graphic that they would want to use. So I have a lot of miscellaneous graphics here in my first playlist. I made use of the playlist feature, and these are the ABC talent, miscellaneous social media banners, promos, sponsors, kind of everything that I wanted to use. I put up at the top. Anyone who was
I've got
there.
your package here, so go ahead and open up and you talk about it so we can see what they look like.
Yeah.
Put them on air so I can see what we can get an idea. Those are nice.
So yeah, so you can see that we have two talent. These were our commentators that were commentating on every outfit on the red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
We have, banners, bugs.
It's a nice look. I like the
IDs.
chevrons that are in
Yeah.
the animation.
Yeah, it's classy.
Keep it classy.
The Mercedes, it was a Mercedes sponsored show. So about every 10 to 15 minutes, we had to show the Mercedes bug for 10 seconds.
Right.
So that was in there. That was my responsibility. But so I made all of these, and then it came time to make the celebrities. And because there were so many, I decided that the best way to do it was to create 2 more playlists. You can see I've got celeb lower thirds, A through K and L through Z. And they're alphabetized by their first name, but you can just see how many there were.
Yeah, you
This-
have quite a rundown there, don't you?
Yeah, so this is every celebrity that they could think of. It's all the nominees, it's all the presenters. Nominees all had 2 lines to indicate what they were nominated for. So
Right.
Jordan Peele was nominated for Get Out. Nominees, presenters, just every A-list celebrity they could think of that might be there.
That might stop by the
That
streaming
might stop
show.
by, yeah. Julia Roberts, she might be there. I don't even think she was at the Oscars this year.
Take them on air. Let me see them.
Yeah. Here's John Bailey. He is the AMPAS president.
So you had a long rundown.
I had a very long rundown.
Yeah.
I split it into 3 different
Playlist.
playlists. So you can
How
see.
long did it take for you to make your show?
It took me a couple hours. I think it took about 3 hours because I was pretty much just copying and pasting. I didn't want to risk misspelling anyone's name.
Did you do it at home?
I did. That was my Saturday morning.
You actually created an entire graphics package at home and you brought it to work and you used someone else's computer, right?
Yeah.
Pretty darn cool.
Had my laptop at home, sat on my couch,
Yeah.
ate pizza rolls.
That's
It was a
cool,
great
man. I have to
Saturday.
say, there is something to be said about web-based graphics.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so we had all of these, but despite how many lower thirds I had made for everyone we could think of, there were still more that showed up on the red carpet that we had not considered. So one of the things I did after like Patrick Stewart was like the first one to show up, and we were like, oh my God, Patrick Stewart's here.
Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick Stewart,
Yes.
though he was not fonted as Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
I didn't want
no.
I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So I created this playlist. It's called On the Fly, and when I open this up, you know, you can see I made Patrick Stewart, and
I
he's
see
ready
that.
to go. You can see him. These were all shown with the bug, the red OTRC bug.
Oh, well, let me
and-
get my bug off so that it
Oh,
doesn't
yes.
it doesn't make your graphics look terrible. There we go. There it is, people.
Yes, we kind of kept in the live bug when they were showing Hollywood Boulevard and this lower bug, the OTRC. So the graphics look nice and clean all together.
Pristine.
Yeah,
It's a nice looking graphics package.
it
I have to
is.
say.
It's a very nice package.
Did you guys make we made this one, right?
Yes, we
Yeah,
made this.
Okay. Yeah.
So
How long did it take to make this package? Do you recall how long it took to build it?
to build it out, I had an artist working on it sporadically. He was able to get a good chunk of stuff done like in about 2 days.
That's
Like
whole graphics
because
package.
we
in
had
2 days?
because we had a couple of things that came in kind of last minute, but he was
And
just
let's
kind of
not even
working
talk
on it.
about how much you have to go back and forth. You know, once you got it, that you have to
Yeah.
a bunch of notes to. Yeah, I get it.
checking the
I
animations
get it.
and
Yep.
but yeah, I mean he just plugged in for a couple hours and was able to get me most of the stuff that we needed.
Show me some of the other. Control nodes that you had on some of these things. Did you get any interesting templates that had, a fair amount of information that you had to put into them, or was it strictly, mostly topic bars?
Yeah, it's
lower
mostly
thirds,
topic
really
bars and lower
traditional stuff?
thirds. We had a slate, but that was just an image that we stuck in. But yeah, it was pretty much just lower thirds with, social media.
Still built to work with that bug, right?
Yeah, yes, these were all built to sit behind the bug. They're looking fancy. The social media
I
ones
like that.
that can be single line.
That's creative. That's a nice creative element to the design.
Yeah.
That you wanted to incorporate a front layer, your freeform image layer, in order to make it a part of, like, it feels like a part of the topic bars. That's really neat.
Yeah,
It's nice looking. The gradient's really nice on this one.
yeah.
How was your experience with the platform? You were first time. What did you think?
I think it went really well. It performs nicely. The one small quibble I kind of had, and this I think mostly had to do with simply the size of my show, because it's hundreds of lower thirds, and then the speed of the internet from the computer I was running it from. You're able to filter the playlist by, you can type in whatever you want. So when I was looking for Tom Holland, as you can see, there's a bit of a delay there.
Yeah, that's the one.
And that delay just kind of became more exaggerated with the slower my internet was. So I type in.
Yeah, you probably had some slow Wi-Fi connection
Yeah.
on. Yeah, something mobile that they brought with them.
Yeah. So I type in T and it starts to do this, and then when the O comes up, even though I'm already on the end of Holland, it's
Yeah.
looking for the rest of the TOs, and so that was a bit of a pain. So I mostly ended up just kind of, because it was all alphabetized, just kind of scrolling through looking for. There's Tom Holland.
There's Tom.
Take him on.
Tom, the elusive Tom.
This is Tom Holland,
Topic.
Spider-Man himself.
Yes. So let me get this straight.
Mhm.
You had some computer, you had no idea it was a laptop, whatever it was. You had pretty dicey internet service, a web-based graphics platform, and you were able to do a show for an hour live in the middle of Hollywood,
Yeah.
on the sidewalk probably,
Yeah.
and get it on air.
Yeah.
And the client was happy with the look?
Yeah, they were. They
Didn't
didn't
say
say anything about it. They were just like,
Perfect.
it looks great. It had their names.
That's it. The names got there. The
Yeah.
names got on air.
We didn't misidentify anyone. That
Right,
was
right.
That was the big thing.
That's good. That's good. I like it. All right, cool. Well, are there any other graphics? You show me what an on the fly you had to do. So you had to create something.
Yeah.
You create your rundown. You
Yeah.
spend a couple hours creating your rundown. It's every possible iteration you can possibly cover your butt with. But
Then these people showed up, and we didn't know they were coming. Elizabeth Moss. No one thought a TV star is going to come to the Oscars, because who would have thought 20 years ago? Mira Sorvino, we weren't expecting her. So all of these people showed up So what I did initially, I threw in this 2-line before I realized that everyone who would have a 2-line, all the nominees had a lower third already. So I just opened this up, and with a couple clicks, I just came down, lower 1-line, added a bunch, and they showed up here. And then just as they came, I was able to just click on the next one down and enter who this was, if I'm walking the red carpet.
So I was saying, in between all the parties you go to, you
Yeah.
have to create graphics packages here.
And it was really easy. One of the things that was very helpful is because this is completely web-based, I didn't want to risk misspelling anyone's name, so I would actually just Google their names. So, Ed Begley Jr., I wanted to make sure I spelled Begley right.
Yep.
I just, you open up a new tab, you start typing it, Google will auto-complete the name, and then it's just, his image pops up with his name spelled. The E is capital, the B is capital, the J is capitalized. You just copy and paste that and throw it right in. And then I would label it as well, once the graphic was on air, so I could come back to it if we needed to. But
it's a pretty nice little feature. It's convenient to
Yeah.
have, altogether.
don't have to have another window open. I already know that I've got internet access to check these spellings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Barely.
good. Barely.
You barely had internet.
But it was
access.
there.
Check settings. All right, go take that bug off there and show me your
All right.
favorite graphic of the package. What is
My
it?
favorite graphic of the package. I really like this one. I like this lower third. I
Yeah,
think it's
nice
clean.
looking.
It's got the 2 colors. I like the chevrons that animate out
Yep.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very useful too, because if you've got the red banner only, no, it's not that one, it's this one. This one can go to 2 lines, but when you start typing in a second line and then take that up, I could have just refreshed it.
I like
but-
those chevron. That chevron's nice too.
Yeah, but see, it gets so small, and then you're kind of like, what am I really looking at? So I really like this bigger, cleaner,
Yep.
2 distinct lines.
They transition nicely between each other too.
They do.
Cool.
I do like the transitions.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Let me see if I can
No
actually
problem.
get the right. I got the right camera angle this time.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm doing this. Octopus arms in
Yeah.
the studio. I can do it all right here.
So great.
I'll mess it up. I guarantee you I'm gonna mess it up in the next 30 seconds. But I got it going on here. All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks again for coming. I really do appreciate it.
No
Looks like you
problem.
had fun. Looks like it worked. What are we gonna do here? I'm gonna say thanks for coming in, and tune in to another interview. I don't know when I'm gonna have one next, but come on and check out the next one.